I guess I'm living proof that you don't have to be, you'll never be too old to do what you love and what you want to do. And a lot of people are a lot younger than I am on social media. You know, don't get stressed. Just do what you love to do.
So you were banned on TikTok recently.
Yes.
What
Yes.
happened? Wait, so to give people more context, how many followers were you at?
I had 78,000 plus followers. One of my videos, which was about unboxing the A6700, had over 200,000 views. Poof, gone.
That's crazy. So honestly, like I've never even heard of like video, like an unboxing to even get that many views. So that's just crazy in the first place that honestly that video, why do you think that video got so many views? Do you have any type of speculation or any idea
Well,
at all?
that's a good question. I don't know why some videos do better than others. I have it over on my YouTube channel and it's, like trickling along there. I'm not getting those type of views. However, the A67 just came out. So I think there was a lot of interest in that particular video.
That's interesting. Wow. That's really, really cool though. I was looking at your channel, and me and my buddy Chris were just randomly like one day, like, how did he get that many? Like, where did all those people come from?
I have lots of relatives. And I'll just leave it at that.
That's so funny.
But
Okay, so
yeah, go ahead.
yeah, I was gonna say, so you had 78 7,800 subscribers. No,
78,000
not subscribers, excuse me. Followers on
followers.
TikTok. And
Yep.
then just one day you woke up and your account was like banned.
Well, yeah. So I was doing TikTok ads, the TikTok Creator Challenge, and I had just gotten started. I wasn't a month in, and I had some money in the bank. And my son is a streamer. He's a twin on Twitch. However, he got into this about 3 months ago, and he was doing really well. So I was able to get into it. And there was this one brand because they're gaming apps, and that particular app had some rather salacious pictures in it. I didn't feel comfortable with it, but it was in the brand, and I wasn't using them until TikTok wanted to re-edit, and they said they wanted me to say some of the things that was in some of the selling points. And I did, and I associated the same pictures with what they wanted me to say. Then they came back and they said, well, those pictures need to be changed. I changed them. A couple of days later, I'm with my son and I'm writing a script and he's helping me do it. And then all of a sudden, this message comes up. It says that I have been permanently banned for multiple violations.
Wow.
And that's all I know. So I'm in the process of rebuilding.
That's crazy. Wow. I bet you were you pretty upset at that point? I would have been.
Well,
really
I had
upset.
money. I had money on the table, and I tell you what I've been doing. I looked at a couple of videos and people who have had the same situation. However, if you look at my content on either the old video guy on YouTube or on TikTok, it's very benign. It's everything that you do. It'd be like you doing what you do, and then all of a sudden they say, you've had multiple violations.
No, you're just saying basically like this was the first time anything even kind of close to this happened, right? Like where you even had like anything that could have been questionable at all on your channel, and then they just completely banned it for multiple violations.
None of my videos have ever been taken down for any reason, and I don't see the correlation. First of all, I was doing this this challenge for this brand, and it never got put up. It never was running. Okay, so nobody was seeing it, and also it was never on my particular account. So I don't. It's kind of crazy that um, nobody's ever heard
Hmm.
of anything like this. I don't see the association between, doing what I was doing for TikTok and doing this. Just doesn't make
Yeah,
sense.
they should
But
fix that. They
like I said, I've been looking at some other videos and other creators that have had crazy stuff happen to them as well. And it's just a matter of I've got some emails that I'm bombarding them with, 2 and 3 times a day. There's
Hmm.
a way to do that and what you say in it. And I've opened up a ticket and
Hmm.
I don't know. Sometimes it takes. One creator said they got their account back overnight, and then another one said it took 6 weeks, and they were never told about it. All of a sudden, it showed up. So if it shows up, that would be great because I would like to get paid.
Wow, yeah. That's crazy. Wow. Well, sorry that you're having those issues. TikTok should really fix that. I was just talking to some other pretty like big creators yesterday as I was shooting a podcast for them. And like one of the girls who was a guest on the podcast, she has like, millions of on YouTube. Oh no, sorry,
Hmm.
she has millions on TikTok. And
Yeah.
she was saying like her account has been banned like multiple times, completely taken away. She would get to 1 million followers banned, and then like she would have to start a new account. I think she said it happened over 3 times to where she had to
Oh
completely
my.
start a new account. So let's rewind the clock back a little bit. Do you remember the first time you actually got interested in this photo video uh world at all? Like, how did this come apart? Like, become a thing for you?
Okay. I was a kid, and this goes back into the 1950s. And
Oh wow.
what was that all about? Yeah, back in the 1950s, I remember I was at home sick one day and
Mm.
sitting in my bed, and I took a cardboard box. I cut some holes out in it, about 3 holes. I took tin cans and cut the holes out of them and stuck them in those holes, and I had this big TV camera. And that was the first time that I remember distinctly that that's what I wanted to do. And then I got into radio when I was 15, did some
Hmm.
radio. Unfortunately, I took a detour in my life for about 25 years and did some other things.
Wow.
Um, and then
Wow.
and then finally started getting back into it again. I met my wife at a CBS affiliate in Chattanooga, Tennessee, where I was a news reporter and doing stuff like that. And I didn't like news. I didn't like that part of the business. And then we had twins 25
Oh
years ago.
wow.
So I tried to keep my hand into it, but it hasn't been until the last 2 years. Actually,
Uh-huh.
when my son took me on my 70th birthday to go to the Grand Canyon, that I started with my iPhone, doing things, and I started a TikTok account called Vintage Cruiser Adventures because we have
Huh.
a vintage cruiser by Gulfstream, and that's where I got started. However, we don't camp that much, so then I thought, well, the old video guy, that's pretty cool. I'll try that. So
So
here I
you
am.
changed, you switched the usernames out, or do you start a new account
I
at that
started a new
point?
account. I still have that other account over there.
Okay. That's awesome. Wow. Okay. So that actually makes sense. I want to say somewhere online before, I've actually seen you like your profile picture was, it looked kind of radio broadcast. It was a headshot of you with headphones on,
Yeah,
and that
Beats. Yeah.
yeah, okay. So yeah. To me that looks very radio broadcast, like that profile picture. So now that you're saying that, I'm like, "Oh, huh." But when did you like first have your first video kind of pop off on TikTok? Or like any maybe not even pop off to what some people would call like a viral video, but for you, even if that was like, wow, this video got 100
Yeah.
views. I didn't
Yeah.
expect that. Like what was that for you?
Over on YouTube, it was a mic comparison. Well, actually, it had to do with the Rode Video Mic NTG and the SM7B.
Mm,
And then there were a couple of others. And it's really funny because do some clips over here, and I don't get the same views. I got, I can't tell you. I'd have to look it up. But yeah, there was a couple of videos that popped off. But I've gotten more views over here on TikTok.
So wait, you had a few videos pop up on YouTube, you said, or you're saying only on TikTok?
No, I've had a couple of videos over there on YouTube that have done really well. But like, take for instance, if I've been doing a lot of shorts, everything under a minute, so I can take them over to YouTube as well. However, that same video that got 200,000 views on TikTok over there on YouTube has only gotten like 67 views. So I don't understand it. And I'm not working TikTok really hard, and I probably just aren't working it. I'm not working it right. So I don't know.
Wow. So what is your YouTube account? I didn't even know you were on YouTube. Oh, I see you.
The old video guy.
Wait, did you? It just says 1 subscriber, 1 video.
Oh no, that's the wrong account. That came up. That was really weird how that thing came up. I need to get rid of that, but I was afraid if I got rid of that, it would get rid of my other account. There's another account there.
Oh, okay. I see you here. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Yeah. So you're popping up over here. Yeah, I wanted to see,
Let me put
yeah,
my-
kind of how some of your views were looking. So I'm gonna do most popular. Oh yeah, you got some videos over here, like you said. Yeah, that NTG got 7.9K, which
Yeah.
is huge for YouTube. People don't realize, and I want to get your opinion on this. A lot of people don't realize how much harder it is to be a YouTuber than it is like a TikToker. So like I think the comparison that people make is like, would you rather have 1 million followers on TikTok or 200,000 subs on YouTube? And most of the time, people always pick 200,000 subs because even to brands, like that's so much more valuable because like you follow someone on TikTok and you may not ever see their content on your page again. That's kind of, it's just so weird. What do you think about that comparison that people make of YouTube being a little bit more difficult than TikTok?
Well, for me it has, but like I said, I don't know whether I'm doing it right. Thumbnails are very, very important, and I have had some good thumbnails up there. I just don't know. I don't know what the secret sauce is for me on YouTube to do better than I'm doing. And like you saw, I've got 7,000 views on one, but it's so inconsistent. So I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I do a whole lot better on TikTok, but that's not putting any money in my pocket either.
Yeah, well, didn't you say you were doing some? Were you just now getting started on brand deals on that channel, or had you been
Yeah.
doing some before?
Well, I had been working with a company called Billo. I don't know if you've ever heard of them.
Yeah, I
I
use
think they're
Billo.
over in Yugoslavia, somewhere in one of those states over there. And basically, what you do is you sign up. You do the a video, not interview, but a demo video, and then they accept you. And I've been doing that for about a year and a half. But you don't get paid a lot. That's the thing about it. I can do a 30-second commercial for a brand. They'll send me their product, and I'll do it for about, I'll write the script, I'll shoot it, and I'm 5 stars. I mean, they like what I do. I put a lot of effort into it. I've got good cameras, good sound, good audio, good video, but $80 for a 30-second commercial. And somebody
Yeah.
found one of my commercials on. I don't know where they found it. Oh, they found it on TikTok, and over 4 million views. And I'm sitting there
Whoa,
thinking, I'm not making any money. I'm not doing the right thing. If 4 million
wow,
views and I only got paid $80.
that's crazy. So actually, my wallet here, this wallet is from a Billo deal that I did.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
yeah.
I
So I've
could
been
go get
using
my
this.
wallet. I got a wallet too. I got
Yeah,
some
is it from?
pretty good stuff. Not a lot, not a lot of great stuff. I've I may have a particular demographic, so a lot of vitamins and health related type stuff. But I got
Gotcha.
a blower, a really nice blower that I use, and knives, and so there's a few
Yeah.
things that I've kept.
There's
Um,
some cool stuff on there for sure. I stopped it because I just felt like it was diluting my brand. And what I
Mm.
mean by that is Billo is like, you're not going to be reviewing, or you're not going to be getting like nice microphones. You're not going to be getting any type
No.
of cameras, or like you'll be lucky to get anything tech related. And most of the time it's typically like iPhone chargers, or, some type of dock, or maybe an iPad stand or something like that. And so I didn't really, over time, I was like, I don't really like the idea of my face going over the internet reviewing these, like, I don't know, uh, kind of like half-ass products. Like, I
Well, you
don't want
get
this on my brand.
well, you get what you pay for. And from
Yeah.
a brand's perspective, they're going to pay next to nothing to get something of the quality from uh, the quality that I produced for whatever they paid. If I'm getting paid, I think they pay like maybe $200 or something like that, and to get um, this done. But you know, they're not putting a lot of money into it either. The brand
Yeah.
isn't.
Well, I think they are though. I think they're putting a lot more. But what's really really cool is that now Amazon has opened up an influencer hub. It's
I
on
saw that.
beta. Yeah, I'm in it, but the problem is that they don't send you the products, which is weird. So like you get a certain commission of sales on a product. Fine, great,
Hmm.
no problem. But you have to make a video and submit it to them, and you don't get the product. So like basically if you don't have the product, you then have to go buy it,
Right.
like no discount.
They won't
And then
reimburse you.
no, it doesn't look like it. When
TikTok
I
hasn't. Yeah, are you acquainted with TikTok e-commerce?
They're talking about TikTok Shop?
No, it's called TikTok e-commerce
No, I
on
haven't heard of
TikTok.
TikTok. Nope, I haven't heard of that.
Okay, basically, what I understand is that on e-commerce, it's probably only being given or opened up to those creators that are on the Creator Challenge and TikTok
Hmm.
Creator Challenge. Um, and it wasn't available to me. And I was just about going to join up before I got, you know. Um, but from what I understand, you will be you will be sent product. Most of the times you have to pay for it. From what I read, it wasn't going to be like over $30 or something like that. But they many times will reimburse you. But the great thing about e-commerce, and like I said, I haven't had any personal experience in it. I know some other
Mhm.
creators that are doing it, is that once that is accepted and the brand accepts it and gets through TikTok review, and the brand puts it on TikTok and starts running it, you get paid like you normally would if you had any other TikTok challenge running. Like, take for instance, in a TikTok challenge, I was doing game apps. And once that's all approved and they're running it, um, I don't know how they figure all that stuff out, but the views, the engagements,
Oh, okay.
how many have actually downloaded the game is, how you get paid on the challenge. So my point was that in the e-commerce, they do that a little bit different in creation and sending products, and it almost kind of reminds me of Billo because you're doing a product. It's not a game app, but once that runs, then it's treated and paid out just like the TikTok Creator Challenge.
Oh, wow. That's really cool. So I haven't been able I think, I don't know, maybe it's because I don't have like over 5K yet, but like I've never seen or been invited to anything that would make me money on TikTok yet. Even like the TikTok shop, like I have to have like 5,000, I think, to even see that.
Yeah.
So maybe like with this too, what you're talking about, I don't have access to it. Maybe like you said, it could be because of the challenge, but also I don't have above 5,000 followers, and so they're probably like, well, you don't have anyone to even show the products to.
They're you have to have 50,000 followers to be considered and join the
Oh
TikTok
wow,
Creator Challenge.
50,000.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I'm rebuilding as we speak. I'm kind of getting in touch with all those relatives I talked about earlier.
So how's that going for you? Are you so like you had to start a new channel from
Yeah,
zero, and
absolutely.
then what are you at right now as far as getting back your 78,000? Oh my gosh.
I,
And that's, man, I can't imagine. Like, could you even imagine the people who get to 1 million and then they get banned?
yeah, that I've heard of that. Let me bring this up. Oh well, I'll do it this way. It's a lot easier and quicker if I do it this way. Um, so right now I'm at 8,206.
Wow.
Nine,
You've already passed me.
964 likes.
Wow.
Don't take it
Huh.
personally.
I'm taking it personal.
I'll share my relatives with you.
Please do. No, that's really cool. So what do you want to do? Like, do you kind of have any, are you just kind of riding the winds and seeing how it's going for creating, or kind of do you have some dreams or aspirations that you would like to see with online content creation for your channels?
Okay, so yes, I'm retired. I do not go to a day job, and actually, that day job went away about 3 or 4 months ago. Um, so, what would I like to do? And what would I like to see on TikTok? I would like to be able to get back into the TikTok challenge.
Mm,
I've got a number in my head as to what I could make a month, um, which would replace my other income. My wife still works full time, and
mm.
so I would like to replace that income, and I think it's very, very doable. But the creator part in me, I would like to. I would like to. Um, what's the word I'm thinking of? When you get this old, your mind just goes, yeah. Um, Collaborate.
Mm,
See,
mhm.
anything over three syllables throws me. Collaborate. I like to do some collaboration. I like to do some more video production. Like I said, I'm 72 years old, but I'm 72 years young, and
Yeah.
so I would like to do some collaboration and because I love this business so much. I just love the creative. I love cameras. It's a sickness. It's a sickness because every
Yeah.
time you get a new camera, oh, you're looking at the AC A7C2 is coming out. That's full frame. I don't have full frame. I have a crop sensor. So I'm back on YouTube looking around. Okay, full frame versus, crop sensor. I don't believe these guys have the time.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have seen people with an A6000 who are just getting beautiful video, beautiful photography. They've got the lens. Put your money in the lens. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm shooting like you. I don't know what you're shooting on now. But my camera is the first Sony I got because had the Panasonic G7, and then I
Mhm.
went to the Panasonic GH5. GH5, great camera. Um, Stabilization is wonderful in Panasonic,
Yeah.
but not good follow
Oh,
follow
focus.
focus.
No,
No,
yeah.
no, not at
Yeah.
all. So I went with the
Focus sucks on those
ZVE
guys.
10. I mean, what a value! I just looked at one of your TikToks today. You're talking about the ZVE 10 for the amount of money that you could get into it.
Yeah.
Absolutely, put
I
your money
love the
in the
Sony
lens.
ZV-E10. Yeah, I love the Sony ZV-E10. Also have been shooting a lot with like crop sensor as well with the FX30. But I am about to buy the A7C Mark II, by the way.
So well, let's talk about that real quick, if you don't mind. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
tell me if you want to talk full frame versus crop sensor.
No, that's fine. Yeah. Ask me all the questions. Yeah. So, really, I'll kind of give you a brief overview of my opinion, and then you can kind of fill in the gaps. When it comes to these full frame versus the crop, there's a few things that I think about. One, obviously, how am I going to be using this camera? Because if I'm going to be using it in low light,
Okay,
it's not going to be that, like, you're going to have issues, you're going to struggle, you're not going to get the best image that you could get even close to comparison of a full frame, in my opinion, because crop sensor cameras just give you more noise
I
no
agree.
matter what.
I
Like,
agree.
no matter what, you're going to get more noise. And so when you're working with a full frame, like you're gonna automatically eliminate one issue. Two, it depends on the base the ISOs.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, those dual native ISOs. So for instance, on a Sony ZV-E1, that's a full frame camera,
Hmm.
but that does like 640 for the base ISO, then 12,800. Like you're looking in dark pretty much at
Yeah.
that point with no noise. But then if you're looking at something like the camera that I'm about to get, the Sony A7C Mark II, that's still a full frame, but you're looking at 3200 for the highest ISO. So like you're not going to get as clean of noise when you go pretty high. So
Yeah.
then let's switch over to something like the Sony ZV-E10. So
Okay.
I know that you've been shooting with the 6700 A67. Have you noticed like some better like noise? Like, have you noticed it being better with handling the noise, even though that's a crop sensor?
Yeah, it's better because it does have dual ISO.
Oh, really? What
And
is it?
yeah, I'm pretty sure you're going to make me look that up, aren't you?
Hey, well, maybe I can find it really quick. A 6700.
6700.
Let's see who can get it first.
Now, I'm going to let you do it.
Yeah. Okay, so it says that it's at 800 and 2500. So yeah, oh yeah. Like that's huge actually. That's a big deal.
Yeah,
Bec-
that's a big jump.
so have you shot on the 6400 before?
Okay, so like I said, I was telling you I had a Panasonic. They sold the GH5. I wish I hadn't, but I did because some of us out there have to, you know, sell so our wives will let us buy another one.
Yeah.
And so I got the ZVE10, and I thought, well, I want to stay in the Sony ecosystem because I'm really liking it for many reasons, and you've alluded to that many times. But so I bought a used on Marketplace a 6600, and I was very pleased with that. I thought that was a very, very good camera, and there were rumors out about the A6700.
Mm.
So I sold the A6600 and was able to make a $10 profit on it, and went out and bought the A6700 brand new. So I've enjoyed that.
So honestly, like you skipped some of the stuff that I was talking about because with the 6600, even that camera, I know that wasn't released like too long ago. The 6600 still had it handled noise a lot better, a lot
Hmm.
cleaner
Hmm.
because you had the new color science within the camera. So it wasn't
Right.
necessarily because the ISOs, but it was just because you had better color science coming in when shooting things like log or just regular video, so you got a better image. But what were the jumps from the 6600 to the 6700? Because honestly, I'm not completely sure. I'll tell you this, and then I'll let you answer the question I just asked. The reason why I'm asking is because I was talking about I was talking about the A7C Mark II
Hmm.
on a live
Hmm.
stream, and someone comment, and me and Chris were talking, and we said, "Man, we wish that Sony would release a camera that's pretty similar to this one, or almost identical, but not as much. And maybe if they need to cut price a little bit by making a crop sensor, like that's fine." Someone commented, "Dot dot dot." You mean the A6700? So I was like, "Oh, huh. I don't even know the specs on that."
All right. Well, we're talking. Okay. So some of the things I really like about it, and is one thing I really like on this camera is the little switch here.
Oh,
And
yes.
you can your different modes. You can go from slow and quick to your camera, and as you well know, on the ZVE10, it's that little button, and to me, that's
Yes.
a little annoying. I love the ZVE10, but I really like that better. It's got the newest chips in it, and
Yeah, so you get
so
better autofocus features, right? You get that new AI autofocus
yes,
chip in there?
yes,
Okay.
yeah. Oh yeah, the follow. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did. I did a video. I did a video on that too. It's on my TikTok page. It showing how that actually works. I think that's a pretty cool deal. I don't know how often I'll use it, but it's nice
Huh.
to have it.
You know what I just thought of? It would be really, really cool, and I'm not sure if how this will logistically happen. And obviously, it'd have to be amongst a few people who trust each other a lot. But like, I trust you. I feel like you'd be good with my like you would do like you would treat anyone else's gear by yourself. But it'd be cool if we could have like a community of like 4 guys like us who are just gearheads,
Yeah.
and we just ship each other. Like, if we had enough cameras, I have enough cameras to do it, and you have enough. I think you have more than one,
I've
so
got
that's
two.
yeah, so that's more than enough. It would be cool if like we could create a circle to where we ship each other. Like, hey, I want to review your
Oh,
6700, and you're
yeah.
like, perfect. Well, I want to review your FX3. All right, let's just ship each other's camera and do it.
Yeah. Yeah,
That
I'd love to do that because since you mentioned that, you had asked me earlier what I'd like to see out of my YouTube or, being on social media. I want so bad to be able to do more reviews, more
mm,
in-depth reviews, longer content, just really get YouTube going on that. Um, because I do like the gear but
yeah.
it's not easy. I can't go out and buy stuff, everything I have, I bought. So, but yeah, I would love to do that.
You know what? I'm saying it here. We're gonna do that. That's a good video because I feel like people would have I said those 2 cameras because I know that's what we both have, and they're like. But I was just thinking, honestly, though, like they're both crop sensor cameras, and I bet a lot of people out there who are looking for cameras are looking at, huh? Should I get the Sony FX30 or should I get the Sony A6700? Which one should I get? And it'd be cool if we both like I reviewed my camera. Like I went out, I shot a bit, right? And something that I could repeat. I went out, I shot something with the Sony FX30, and then you went out, you shot something with the Sony A6700.
Oh, that would be cool.
Then we sent each other's cameras. We went out and shot the same thing again, and now we have a full video with basically 4 different comparisons from 2 different people about this camera, and when we could
Yeah,
just like put it all together and edit it differently and post it to each other's channels. That would be
that's
really, really cool.
that's a twist. That would be a good twist. That would be yeah. I would like. That's interesting. I don't know if anybody's doing that.
No, no. And that's kind of one of the things that I want to do, honestly, with Social Vibes in the future. I don't want it to be a channel that only features me. Like, I would love to post other people's content, like have other creators on the channel as well. The only problem that I've ran into with doing it that way is that one, like quality control, because obviously, like, one of the big things I feel like, and honestly, I want your opinion of this. You tell me if I'm wrong. But one of
Okay,
the big things of my channel that I try to focus on is making sure that every video is high quality, like really high quality.
and it
Um,
is.
but one of the issues that I've ran into is that, like, because my channel is not like really big on monetary profit, it's hard to get other creators to basically spend time creating until we get to a point to where the channel is like making a lot of money off of it. I finally got my first check from YouTube recently, and dude, I was so happy because I didn't even know the money was in there.
Was
Because
it more than 37 cents?
you would be surprised. It was actually $1,300.
Yeah,
It's not.
that's not chump change. That's good stuff, especially when you didn't know it was there.
Yeah, I did not know it was there. Now that was for every video that I've created on YouTube for the past 2 years.
Okay, so that was 37 cents a video.
Basically, yeah. So,
Well, give
but
it.
have you
I was
heard
just
of?
going to. I was just going to respond saying, "Yeah, I'd love to do that, but you're going to have to help me figure out a good way to do it because if I'm going to collaborate with you on this, I want to make sure that my channel has the same quality and is doing the right things as yours."
Yeah, so you are one of the other people. You and Chris pretty much are like Chris says the same thing all the time. I would love to. Maybe we should all get on a another do another episode together
Okay.
where we talk about like how to have like basically you guys bring some questions about YouTube, and like we walk all the way through like how to create a YouTube channel that I don't even know if successful is the name, because I don't think mine is successful. I think I'm just able to put out a lot of videos that are high quality, but they don't always get a lot of views. So maybe like my picking of what I make videos about isn't the best, but I just make videos about whatever I want to. And eventually, once I do get a lot of views, then and people start to fall in love with who I am, my idea is that they'll also be interested in what I'm typically interested in. So they'll watch
Hmm.
the videos that don't get, you know, a ton of views, is what I'm hoping for.
Okay. Yeah. Um, so I'm, like I said, I'm retired, and I'm not out there to make a huge monetary, to put in the time and the effort to monetarily be successful. But to get the views and to be out there actually giving information to people, I just get a kick when somebody comes onto my TikTok channel and says, "Hey, thanks." You know,
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I just put up 3 episodes this morning on audio. It's something I did a long time ago, so it's pretty benign, pretty generic, and I could probably do better now than I did then. However, the point is, somebody came back. They said, "Hey, thanks, appreciate that," and I'm going, "Gee, now that is what I enjoy."
That's awesome.
Can I talk to you about something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
I did my first live a couple of nights ago on TikTok.
Yeah.
And I was nervous, but because you when you produce a TikTok or any kind of content, you have so much
Mm.
control. You've scripted it, you can go back over it again, you can tighten it up, you can tweak it, and you can make it pretty, and then put it up. But live, you're naked. It's like
Yeah.
sitting in the audience with your underwear, and that's all. But I was surprised. I had a few people come by and even follow. Uh, I should send you the video. It's online. You can see it. But the highlight of that night, I caught a fly.
What?
I caught a. You can see the video. I put it up on my TikTok. I actually was sitting there talking, and as I
Oh
was
my god.
talking, I noticed this fly going, and I grabbed it, and it was like, I can't believe I did this. And I opened my hand, and the fly is just like crawling around there. And it's just like, I
See,
let him go.
if that wasn't live, people would have said it was fake.
This, I asked, like I said in my video, it's like, how many times have you been on watching a live and somebody actually catches a live fly?
That's
So,
so
but
funny.
that's my thing to fame, you know.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. So I've been trying out live a lot on YouTube, and I mean they do, some of them have done really well. Some of them haven't not, most of them have not done that well. The ones that have done really, really well are ones that are like, for instance, like when the A7C came out, like I don't have a lot of time to, like, I don't have the camera because I'm not a big YouTuber. All I have is the information that's online about what the camera is, and so I'll
Right.
jump on there with someone and go live just to cover it and like literally read what the camera is for the first time. Those videos have done well whenever I'm
Hmm.
able to do it like real, like if a product came out now and I jump on live either now or the next morning and talk about it, people watch those. Not real time, not live, but they
Okay.
watch them. But the reason why I've done them live instead of pre-recorded is because with a live, once you're set up, like, and you press record and you press end, there's no post processing. You're completely done with the video. And so you could get it up so quick. So
Gotcha.
that's one thing I've really like been kind of interested in recently. I'm like, wow, like I can see how this could do really, really well. But I've gotten to the point to where I'm like, oh, this is way easier than to make a YouTube video. So I'm going live like every day. And then I'm not, I'm like, all right, I'm wasting time now. These videos are getting like 50 views.
I've got so much to learn. I really do.
Yeah. I mean, me as well, my friend. Well, do you have something you want to say to the people before we cut this one off? I think we're probably at around 45 minutes at this point. So,
I guess I'm living proof that you don't have to be. You'll never be too old to do what you love and what you want to do. And a lot of people are a lot younger than I am on social media. You know, don't get stressed. Just do what you love to do. Oh, be yourself. It
mm,
took me a long time to just be myself because when I first started, it was like, you know, you were taking on different personas in your delivery and, you know, what do you think is going to work? And it just wasn't me. And then I
mm-hmm,
found, I just thought, well, okay, how would I talk to Joe? You know,
mm.
how would I talk to a friend of mine? You know, because I do have my own personality and my own behaviors and my own expressions, and I'm a little crazy. So just be myself. And so that's what I would tell people to do. Be yourself. And all of you young folks out there that are getting into this, don't stress, do it, have fun, but be consistent. You'll hear that from everybody.
Dude, that is amazing. Great way to close that out. I love that. I'm going to actually make sure to clip that one and put it on my channel because that's awesome. Thank you for joining. Again, so sorry for all the technical difficulties we had on this one.
Yeah, but nobody will know.
Yeah, no one will know what
Joe,
technical difficulties.
Joe, you've honored me today by letting me spend some time with you, and I look forward to more time and working together with more ideas together.
Absolutely. Well, thank you guys for viewing, and we will be creating some more. So, stick around. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching this on TikTok, then make sure you go over and follow both of our channels. And then you could catch a fly on live stream just like he's done.
But let it go. Don't.
Don't eat it. If you're still here, check out this video right up here in the corner.